If you've ever had that feeling of like something just isn't right, or why do I feel like this? And then what happens is, this one small thought turns into this chain of thoughts, which then like causes this overall feeling of like you're just not happy, right? Honestly, my wife's going through this a little bit right now, and I think it's because her situation is very similar to mine about from 2018. And so what happened that triggered most of this for me, and I'm still dealing with shit on a daily basis, back in 2018 was the first time with our business that it was during like the spring, summer. It was the first time where there was money in the account, and like I wasn't really working. I was probably working like, I don't know, 10 hours a week, something like that. But I had people that went out to do the estimates. My wife and the other people in the office were running that end. Like everything should have been great at that point, because for so many years, at that point, that was 2018, so probably about 3 years of owning a business that, if I was doing payroll 52 weeks out of the year, like probably a good 45 of them, I was really hoping that I had enough money in my account that I could actually cover payroll. Like it was that bad. And then before that was still in debt and things like that. And I just wasn't making enough money. That was when I used to work for my uncle at McDonald's. And then couple that with really hating that job, like not like, oh, I don't like this job. Like, no, like it was brutal for me. And so I go through all that, plus there was shit that I dealt with in 2016, which was my wife's dad dying, but he was more like the father to me, because I don't know, now I do know, but still not involved with my quote-unquote dad and my stepdad and whatever. It's like crippling. It takes over your entire day. And yeah, so what I told her, because she's going through this today, number one, and what's worked for me, is I need to get my mind off of like being able to think, right? Is basically when the mind is bored, that's when it has the time to run around, and like that's when it finds the problems. So I need to be doing something to keep my mind off of it. So like while I'm driving and things like that, you're not really thinking about how do I drive the car. You're just kind of like on autopilot. And it's the same thing like when you're brushing your teeth, getting dressed, and all that kind of stuff. Like because you do it day in and day out. And so those are the times when, if you're gonna have these thoughts going through your head of like, oh, I just don't feel right and blah, blah, blah. Those are the times that it happens, right? And so number one, what we have to do, and that's worked for me, is get into just doing something. It could be something new, and something where you actively have to think about like what you're doing, right? And bonus points for if you actually enjoy it, right? Like for her, she used to be really involved with yoga and the community there. And so today she went, and she's been injured for a while, and she ended up going, but she didn't go to the same yoga studio, so it wasn't like the same. And so I'm like, yeah, like you went to this, you went to yoga and expecting like that's how like you're gonna feel better, but like you didn't go to where your little community was. So now it's like you did something that quote unquote should have made you feel better, but then it didn't make you feel better. So now it's like, now we're gonna like start thinking about all the reasons why don't I feel better and I went to yoga. Well, it's just because like you didn't go with your group of people, right? It's still okay, it's better than nothing, but like the high that you feel when you're around like a group of people and that you really enjoy and like gel with and everything else, it creates, it's so much better for you, right? And like the example I gave to her is back at the McDonald's days, there was a while where I stopped drinking iced coffee. And the reason why I stopped drinking iced coffee was because I was drinking so much coffee at that point that it doesn't do anything for me. Even now, it doesn't do much for me. So what was happening is I would drink the coffee, and then it was like, and it wasn't like I just drank it. I mean like a 32-ounce large coffee, probably with a light ice, and so probably like 24 ounces easily of coffee. Like I would drink that in about 2 minutes, and it's like at that point like you should have like some crazy energy surging through you, and I would be exhausted afterwards, right? And it's also because I just ate a shit ton of food at McDonald's and like all the trash that's there, you know, making friggin' like double quarter pounder Big Macs with extra sauce, cheese, bacon, and like you name it. It was horrible, like looking at horrible. And it's like, why am I tired? I don't know, you dumb motherfucker. It's maybe because you ate all this shit like a moron, right? And so then I would drink the iced coffee, and then I would not feel any better because my body's still trying to process all the like chemicals and everything else that I just ate at McDonald's. And so that's why I couldn't, like, I didn't have the energy, right? And so I had to stop drinking it because every time I drank it, I was like, well, I'm tired. Like, what is wrong with me, right? So, like, the behaviors that you do, again, this has just worked for me. The behaviors that you do, if you, after you do them and you're still like, it should have made you happier, but it didn't, or, you know, should have solved it, quote unquote, solved the problem, but didn't, then maybe don't do it for a little bit, you know? So I'll probably go a little bit more into this kind of stuff because it's what my wife's dealing with, and it's honestly crippling. I know for myself in 2018 again, so I'll probably do more videos about this kind of stuff because it probably could definitely help, especially because we're going into mid-August, and now with mid-August, the sales are definitely dropping off. We're still doing well. We're still like up in sales for the year, but in general, everyone starts really slowing down, especially these last like 2 weeks of summer for us. So this is where the call volume severely drops, and this is where a lot of the anxiety and all this other kind of issues pop up for contractors, because it's honestly, it's a shitty time of year. It's better than the winter, but also like you go from not having, you know, you're not getting enough calls and all this other kind of stuff, and it's just, it's not great. So I'll do more videos and hopefully it helps someone. So anyway, hope you guys are doing well, and talk to you. Bye.